Glad you could make it.
Well, thanks for inviting me. Why are we outside?
We're outside because, well, why not, right? It's a lovely day, so we thought we'd come outside and we would play a game of Shaolia, Warring States.
Brilliant. So this is the game that you're an ambassador for?
Yes, I'm an ambassador to Shaolia. I've been asked to play this game with as many people as possible and basically promote it as much as I can, hence why we're doing it here.
So for the promotion details, this kick-starts at the beginning of June?
Yep, 5th of June.
Well, I'd say beginning of June, just in case.
We might change it, but it's around the 5th of June.
Yeah.
It's a game for 2 or 4 players, so you either have 2 people or you have 2 teams. I play around about an hour on lunch breaks normally.
Yeah.
It's 45 minutes if you've played it a few times, and it's for 13 ages plus, so you can have someone like Will play it with adult supervision.
Let's get to the table.
Let's do this.
So, Warring States.
So we've just played that. What did you think, Jamie?
I really enjoyed it. I like these type of games.
Okay.
They're tactical, they're thinking. I have one criticism, and it's quite a big criticism. There are 2 tracks here. One is based on knowledge or
culture,
and the other is based on war. So if you're warring, that's a bit more of a long-term strategy. If you're doing culture, that's a very quick, and you can win the game within a couple of goes. And I just think that's a little bit unbalanced for a new player coming in. If you've played it a few times, and I've only played it once, so it took me a little bit of time just to get my head around that as being an option. But if you've played it a few times, you'll obviously know that, and you'll be straight on stopping people from getting that culture. But that does make it a very difficult game to get into, because you could feel that really hard done by. I also think it's just a little bit, that culture track needs to just be a little bit longer. Not a lot longer, but a little bit longer, so that you can really play out those sets of strategies. Apart from that, the component quality felt fantastic. It was really easy to get into. It was a really simple game to play. The fact it's a 2 or 4 player derivative is interesting. So if you've got a gaming group that's regularly 3 people, that you mean that you kind of exclude a player. And I wonder if there is an opportunity to just bring a 3-player variant into that. I can't see why you couldn't, but you know, I can also understand it's simpler for 2 to 4, but maybe that might be picked up in when he does his final version. A sort of another negative really for me is the back of the cards. They weren't really clear enough for me when I had them, which one was what. Okay. When he first got going. I think they could have done a bit more with that, and some of the icon sets could be just that little bit bigger, but do you know what, that's just being picky. Like, I played worse games. But this one I really enjoyed, and I'm definitely going to kickstart it. I really am. You know, I'm a bit funny about Kickstarter at the moment. I like to wait for it to come and buy it from my board game shop. But yeah, no, I'm definitely with this one. I think I'm going to give it a kickstart.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm, like we've said a couple of times, I'm an ambassador for this, so I don't really feel I can give a unbiased kind of viewpoint on this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to kind of put my name out there against this. But personally, I've really enjoyed this. I played several games with different groups of people. I played a 4-player game. I played several 2-player games. You're 100% right on the culture. It's very easy to win with culture. But you know, they are still in the stages of playtesting this, so a lot of this feedback is going straight back to the creator, and hopefully he'll kind of reduce some of the culture or balance out a bit more, because you are right, it's very easy to win on culture if you haven't played this game before. But I have seen games where people just totally trounce someone else with war. It just depends what cards come out and what dice rolls you get, really.
Yeah, I do, and I think the balance there is there with the dice rolls and the cards. I do think though, more often than not, if you were playing with culture, you would win that game. I think if I went in that game and didn't really sort of almost umpire the first game with people, I think I would easily just win. You know, it's one of those games that if you know how to win it, because of that culture element of it, I think you could dominate it, and it's a shame really, because I don't think the game would then get the value it deserves. So as I said, you know, it is a prototype game, so it's still being developed, but yeah, no, it's definitely a big game to watch, or good game.
Yeah, definitely. It's also, one of the things you mentioned was it's easy to learn. It does. The book itself has like 5 different kind of scenarios in there, and it starts off very basics and it works its way up. I kind of just jumped straight into a game where it was kind of a bit more advanced, because you played games like this before. Yeah. But yeah, it's very easy to learn. There's some strategy in it. There's a lot of luck in there. But you can mitigate that a bit with the officers, I think, with changing the dice rolls and stuff.
I think so, yeah.
It reminds me a bit of Dice Hospital, if you played that before. And it's a good engine builder style game as well.
The player rating on here is 13+. I think that's way too high. I could easily teach my 8-year-old to play this game.
I think there's a general consensus on board game kind of like age groups that they tend to do a bit higher than you could probably play with your kids, just to kind of like, I don't know, weed out. I'm not going to say any more there, but I could play this with my 7-year-old. She'd probably pick it up pretty quickly. And yeah, Elliot would get that pretty good as well, I reckon.
He would.
Mini well.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. So we are die rolling. It also feels very weird seeing this side of you.
Yeah, no, I think that's what has been throwing us off this whole session, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure to follow us on our various different social media platforms like
Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you're liking those social media channels. And make sure, if you've got that opportunity to subscribe, you do so. And if you're on YouTube and you want to make sure that you're kept right up to the minute of what's going on, make sure you click that bell.